iPhone 15 Pro is a powerful gaming phone. The iPhone 15 Pro and its larger counterpart, the iPhone 15 Pro Max, have become available for pre-order, introducing a feature that is poised to catch the attention of potential buyers, the groundbreaking A17 Pro chip. This marks a significant departure from Apple's previous naming conventions, replacing the ambiguous Bionic label with a more straightforward A17 Pro, promising an unparalleled high-end iPhone experience. Remarkably, the iPhone 15 Pro models are on the brink of becoming Apple's finest handheld gaming consoles. This revelation may come as a surprise to some, given Apple's historical detachment from the gaming realm, despite its prior iPhone iterations excelling as gaming phones. These devices have consistently demonstrated their prowess in handling App Store games, including those classified as console games. Apple's focus on gaming appears to be undergoing a transformation, mirroring the approach seen in the M-series chips driving MacBooks, iPads, and the Vision Pro. The introduction of the A17 Pro suggests Apple's increasing interest in console gaming on iPhones, potentially positioning itself as a competitor to gaming consoles like the Nintendo Switch, Steam Deck, and Legion Go. However, while equipping the iPhone with an unmatched processor is a significant stride, Apple may inadvertently impede its console gaming ambitions due to a software-related issue, the contentious 30% App Store commission. The gaming market's enormous potential. iPhone users are renowned for their willingness to invest in mobile devices, a fact reflected in Apple's intriguing pricing strategy for its fall 2023 iPhone lineup. This strategy may sway many towards opting for the iPhone 15 Pro over more budget-friendly alternatives this year. Additionally, forecasts suggest that the iPhone 15 Pro and 15 Pro Max will emerge as the top sellers among the iPhone 15 series. Furthermore, iPhone users consistently contribute substantial revenue to Apple through services, apps, and digital content purchases from the App Store. Consequently, iPhone 15 Pro purchasers seeking ray tracing and console-grade games on their devices would likely be willing to pay the necessary fees to access titles such as Baldur's Gate 3 and Starfield if these games were available on iPhones. Yet, Apple appears to be facing a challenge in attracting major gaming studios to its platforms, despite its clear interest in securing their content. This is particularly evident in products designed for content consumption, such as the Vision Pro. The immense gaming industry. The global gaming industry generated over $396 billion in revenue last year, according to Statista. In parallel, the App Store raked in more than $85 billion, surpassing Google's Play Store by a significant margin. This figure encompasses all app sales, not solely gaming-related transactions, underscoring the substantial potential for growth. Nonetheless, the 30% commission imposed by Apple on digital sales within its hardware ecosystem remains a source of discontent among developers and consumers alike. Numerous protests have arisen in recent years, with game developers joining the chorus of dissent. This Apple tax and the App Store's restrictions on third-party app stores and payment systems have become focal points of contention. Although Apple secured victory in its legal battle against Epic Games, the resulting standoff led to the removal of Fortnite from iPhones and Macs, a situation that persists to this day. This outcome resulted in losses for users, Apple, and Epic alike, illustrating the lose-lose-lose nature of the situation. Anticipated changes to the App Store. Irrespective of the Epic Games dispute, Apple will likely be compelled to introduce side-loading capabilities into iOS 17 and permit developers to establish third-party app stores and payment systems in Europe. This decision comes as the European Union has twice mandated substantial alterations to Apple's platform, including the introduction of a USB-C port with the iPhone 15 series. The consequences of this development remain uncertain. While some users may embrace sideloading and third-party app stores, it could also usher in heightened competition within the iPhone ecosystem, particularly in Europe. Apple may consider a broader global implementation of these changes, potentially in pursuit of attracting gaming studios to publish console games through the App Store. A reduction in the 30% commission could incentivize major developers to collaborate with Apple, ultimately benefiting end users. Potential for a thriving gaming ecosystem. Lowering this commission could serve as a competitive edge over Android, surpassing the capabilities of Android gaming phones and their relatively limited market share. Apple's A17 Pro chip, set to make its way into the iPhone 16 next year, has the potential to establish a gaming powerhouse on tens of millions of devices, exceeding the reach of PS5, Xbox, and Switch. However, iPhones, iPads, and Macs currently command higher price points compared to a PS5. Apple's pivotal role lies in reducing its commission and encouraging gaming giants to launch their titles via the official App Store, rather than seeking to establish third-party alternatives. Such a move could entice more renowned gaming studios to prioritize the iPhone, enhancing the gaming experience for users. While AAA titles on iPhones may not be more affordable than on consoles, price hikes could potentially be averted. Gaming's immense prospects on iPhone, iPad, and Mac. This strategic shift could position Apple's gaming ecosystem as a formidable competitor. Android gaming phones, despite their annual releases boasting impressive specifications, cannot match the A17 Pro chip found in the iPhone 15 Pro. Furthermore, they struggle to gain substantial market share. With the launch of the M1 iPad, speculations arose regarding Apple's potential integration of the chip into the iPhone. This transition has now materialized, as evident in benchmark comparisons between the iPhone 15 Pro and Pro Max, iPhone 14 Pro and Pro Max, Galaxy S23 Ultra, M2 MacBook Air, and M2 Pro MacBook Pro. The A17 Pro chip clearly outperforms Android devices and even surpasses various M2 chips in single-core tests, reaffirming its prowess. However, for gaming to flourish, Apple must swiftly bolster its gaming offerings. While these observations remain speculative, the potential for implementing mandated App Store changes in the EU may lead to shifts in the Apple ecosystem. This development could introduce heightened competition within iPhones, particularly in Europe, and may prompt Apple to consider a worldwide application of these changes. Lowering the 30% commission would likely incentivize major gaming studios to collaborate with Apple, potentially benefiting end users. Gaming could emerge as a thriving ecosystem on iPhone, iPad, and Mac, offering a significant competitive advantage over Android.